Hey guys, just checking in. I'm about to take the bike for a quick spin. So right now we're at about 240 miles. Once you hit 250, you can go up to 4,000 RPM, or I'm sorry, 6,000 RPMs. The first 250 miles of the braking period, you can only go maximum 4,000 RPMs. It says you can go slightly over now and then if you have to. It won't harm the engine, but they try to keep it below 4,000. So I'll go get it up, hit 250 miles. Then I'll reprogram the shift light with the Kawasaki Rideology app to flash at 6,000 RPMs. So I did get a new carbon fiber helmet here. It's from Scorpion. I got a Cardo PacTalk Slim as well. And on the bike, I'll show you at some point, I got some spools for it and the RAM mount, stem mount for my phone. Okay, catch you in a little bit once I hit the 250 mile mark. So hopefully this video comes out. We finally hit 250 miles. During the first 250 miles of your braking, you can't go over 4,000 RPMs. So now that I'm over 250, we can finally reset it to 6,000 RPMs per the Kawasaki owner manual. What it does is it'll flash yellow if you go above the RPM range it's set to. So that's how you know when you need to shift. Well, you want to shift before that. The gear indicator will actually shift first, telling you need to shift it. And if you go above the range, then it starts flashing the tachometer yellow. Hey everyone, we're back, still in the break-in process on the motorcycle. I wanted to take you through all three phases, but as you can see, I ordered a GoPro to invest a little on the channel, and I ran into some issues there where I went, made a whole video, came back and didn't have an audio. So lesson learned, test things before you actually go out and try to do it. So hopefully we have audio this time, and I'll take you back through that break-in process. Last I left you, we were at approaching 250 miles. And we couldn't go over 4,000 RPMs per the Kawasaki manual. So from 250 to 400 miles, you then have a 6,000 RPM limit. I don't know if you could see, but we're up to 418 miles, so we're actually past that limit as well. So now there's no RPM limit, and the instructions just say for the next 200 miles to ride reasonably. Then once you hit 600 miles, it's time for an oil change. So I will make a video on the first oil change most likely, just because there's a million oil change videos, but instead of doing it and just changing the oil, I'm actually going to be putting a ball valve on. If everything goes well, we'll find out. And put a ball valve on so that instead of the way the oil comes out on this bike, it shoots out from the side onto the fairings more or less. So you got to remove the fairings completely, or I've heard some people that just prop something in between to get it out far enough that oil doesn't hit it. But should make oil changes in the future much easier. Or if you overfill the oil by a bit, then it makes it easy to get a little bit out, because that's happened to me before and ended up wasting the entire oil that I put in the bike. Not on this bike obviously, since it's brand new, but on a different one. So just that'll help avoid those things in the future. So that'll be a video hopefully coming fairly soon, since we have less than 200 miles to go, depending on weather. With everything getting nicer out now here in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania suburb area, I should be able to make more videos more frequently. And my thoughts on the bike are, I absolutely love it. So if you're thinking of getting one, I definitely recommend it. I know one of the viewers on the last video left a comment that he's getting one this weekend, so congratulations, that's really freaking awesome. I think you're gonna love it. If you're looking for a first bike, it would be okay for a first bike. I would say if you're going to do that, make sure you take all the fairings off. Last thing you want to do is lay down your brand new shiny bike and scratch the fairings up. Not only is it costly, but it would just be a real bummer. But other than that, I love the bike. The only main downside I've found so far isn't actually with the bike itself. It's actually with the Kawasaki Rideology app. I've tried using it a bunch of times. It lets you track your ride. It lets you see things like how many miles are currently on the bike, what your fuel level is. So it's really useful and awesome, but the ride tracking doesn't seem to work for me. I've tried it several times. It either leaves a dot right where I was, or it makes random lines a few times and then that's it. It doesn't track it. I don't know if it has something to do with the screen turning off, or if there's some other issue with it. I haven't had a chance to actually look it up and see if anyone else is having the same issue or what they've done in order to get it to work. So I'll be looking forward to looking into that in the future as well. But other than that, no, I love the bike. It's great. It has a programmable shift light. So previously it was set to 4,000 and 6,000. Right now, with no RPM limit, I've actually upped that to 8,250 RPMs. Whenever you were in first gear and you had the 4,000 RPM, I'm sorry, not first gear, sixth gear, you had the 4,000 RPM rev limit. In sixth gear, I was only able to get up to 52 miles per hour. So at that speed, you're not going on any highways or anything like that. You're pretty much stuck with back roads. So that was actually a real bummer, just having to ride 250 miles that way, but not to mention, felt like it took forever trying to keep it below that speed. And if you're on a road where the speed limit's 45, you have cars flying by you, can't really keep up as well. It's just kind of a pain with that. That was a minimal inconvenience for the time. I was able to get to 250 miles on pretty quick. And then next 150 after that, I actually put about 100 on in one day, so that went real fast. So it's not too bad. But other than that, I love the bike. I don't know if you guys have any questions, have some future ideas for videos I want to make, but leave comments if there's anything you want to know or anything else. Okay, thanks. I'll catch you guys later.